Time to dig into some of the latest Slack innovations, including Salesforce channels, which unify Salesforce records and customer data with Slack conversations in a single connected experience. That means teams can work together more efficiently, make smarter decisions, and take faster action. It's where and how we're bringing data and dialogue together. For more on this, we're joined by Kamila Kaidarov, Slack Senior Director of Product Marketing, and Mike Reynolds of Slack Developer Marketing. All right, Salesforce channels. What is it? What makes it so valuable to all organizations?
It will be everything for everybody. Anything you ever wanted and dreamed about Salesforce and Slack together. So I've been at Salesforce for 13 years, and we've done a lot when it comes to how do you collaborate around data and records to get work done. Salesforce channels is the culmination of the pinnacle so far in our journey with Salesforce and Slack together. In Slack, you can have a channel that is dedicated to a record, any record, account, case, custom records, whatever you want. That you can see the details of that record, you can take action on that record, you can see its related lists, you can get summaries of those records, all in Slack, and you're conversing around that record to make decisions. So maybe you have an account channel and it's all about the strategy for growing that account. Maybe you have a opportunity channel, it's all about team strategizing how to close that deal. In Salesforce, right there actually wherever you want to put the lightning component, right there, you have your entire Slack conversation. So for example, for a sales organization, my sales guys are going to be in Salesforce working on the record and they need legal or they need finance, and they can just mention them like you would in Slack, but you're in Salesforce. And so you still get to bring everyone to the table and have that conversation, but you're doing it in the context of your data, of your record.
And all of that, what's great about it, all of that is built on top of trust that we already have. So, usually we bring this feature up and people start going, well, wait a minute, what about my data security? It's like, we thought about that. So everything that we build and establish in Salesforce is true when you're viewing that data in Slack. So if I'm not a Salesforce user, which is not that uncommon, if you're in a big organization, maybe your sales team uses Salesforce, but your whole organization is using Slack, everybody can still be there in that channel, talking about that customer, talking about that opportunity, talking about that customer service incident, whatever it is. They can't see the data though, but they can still be part of the conversation. Right. And so it doesn't matter if I'm viewing it in Salesforce or I'm viewing it in Slack, we're all having the same connected conversation without that swivel chair. And we're respecting all of the field level security, the object security, the record security, all of that is just being respected. But at the same time, if you do have that license and you're in Slack, all your quick actions are there, your related lists are there. I can edit that record natively in Slack. It is amazing. And it's all on mobile. Because how many times have we all talked to someone and they go, the thing I like least is updating records in Salesforce. Yeah. But if you can do that really quickly on a delightful mobile app like Slack, which now you can with Salesforce channels, it makes it that much easier to make sure that all of your data is up to date, it's accurate, everyone's engaging with it, the decisions that you make based on it are solid decisions as well. So having Slack and Salesforce and Slack on desktop, on mobile, means everyone's on the same topic, talking about the same thing, anywhere they are.
Game changer and so efficient, absolutely. Let's take a look at Salesforce channels in action.
I want to see it.
I'm a sales rep working on a complex deal. In the past, that meant struggling to track emails, approvals, Salesforce updates, and chat messages. Everything was disconnected. But now I have one place to collaborate with my entire team in real time with a single shared view of our customer, thanks to Salesforce channels. So what's a Salesforce channel? It's a dedicated place for my team to work together that's mapped one-to-one with my Salesforce record. They can be built off of any object, accounts, opportunities, even custom objects, and are the perfect place for us to work together around a customer initiative with a complete picture across data and dialogue. Best of all, they allow us to work together while keeping us focused wherever we work best, whether that's in Salesforce, for me, or in Slack, where my financial analyst and success manager prefer to work. If you've used Slack before, this should look familiar. We've got our messages, our sidebar, and deal notifications sent into our channel. We've also got our favorite Slack features, like an executive briefing canvas, pinned messages, and shared files, all in one place. But there are a few new things that are unique. The channel name takes on the record name and object type, so it's easy to know you're in the right place to discuss this customer every time. And because this all is happening in a Salesforce channel, everything shared and discussed in the channel is linked back to the record. The Record Details tab is the perfect place to get a quick overview of data in Salesforce. If permissions allow, the team can update fields, manage tasks, even run quick actions right from Slack. Plus, get a quick overview of the account team and related lists, all pulled in from our unique page layout in Salesforce. AI summaries and Salesforce channels keep us up to speed on the latest customer conversations, both in this channel and any others tied to the record. With one click, my sales manager can quickly catch up and spot where to jump in and guide the deal. And with related lists, we get a table view of all my open opportunities with Acme, showing every deal tied to the account. We can update fields right here, no toggling needed, as changes sync to Salesforce instantly. Quick decisions, clean records, all in one place. Now, as a support rep, I'm tackling an urgent billing issue with finance and customer success that's blocking a deal with Acme. Even if they're working in Slack and I'm in Salesforce, we can quickly get to the bottom of the issue. We stay connected on the issue in real time and easily bring in teammates, like our product logistics expert, to weigh in when needed. And because Slack is connected to all of our enterprise tools, like Finance's ERP system, we don't need to swivel out of where we're working to investigate and resolve the problem, which leads to quicker case resolutions. So now that we've gotten to the root of the issue, it's time to take action. Thankfully, Agentforce is part of the team in our opportunity channel, so next steps only take seconds. Just by mentioning our customer insights agent, we can instantly kick off a customer briefing canvas. The agent pulls in context from across Salesforce and Slack to create a comprehensive resource we can take straight to the customer. And just like that, we're on the road to closing the deal. This is what it looks like when humans and agents work together, seamlessly, across systems, with one shared view of the customer. More revenue, higher retention, happier customers. That is the power of Salesforce channels.
Customers all vary in their AI deployment journey, especially when it comes to agents. Agentforce in Slack helps meet customers where they're at to reduce learning curves when it comes to AI. Mike, I'm curious, how does Agentforce in Slack make it easier for customers to deploy AI agents?
It's difficult to be any easier than it is.
I like it.
So
okay, I like it.
when you build your agent, you go to the Connections tab, and essentially you just say, hey, I want to make a new connection. It's an API to Slack, and you're done.
Okay, so it's
About
not an
that
API.
amount of time?
You don't have to fuss around with APIs.
Yeah, it's really straightforward. You choose API as the option because the agent is using that, but you're not configuring it. Once you establish the connection, you're done. And there's a Trailhead module now, so you can go to Trailhead. You can do there's a module for connecting your Salesforce and your Slack. Once you've got all that done, your deployment's really easy. You're essentially building that agent and then saying, hey, send this to Slack. On the Slack side, you get to accept the agent and then decide who gets to use it. But the deployment is really, really simple.
Plus, if you're thinking about building an agent, right, you're in the Salesforce agent builder, you choose your Slack actions, everything is just as straightforward. The thing about the agents being in Slack is you are putting them in a context where they now have both structured and unstructured data that they're pulling from. So every conversation they're having with someone on your team becomes richer, it becomes more insightful, becomes more accurate, because you're giving it not just the hard facts, but also the entire history of the conversation that they can pull from. And what we've seen is that, especially if you focus on agents that bring your employees information and can take action for your employees in Slack, that's where they're super effective. Because it's all about, hey, I'm a new hire. How do I get onboarded? Great, my onboarding agent gives me my HR information, my financial information, whatever I need. I need customer insights to prep for a pitch meeting. Fantastic, my agent is actually going to pull together the entire briefing for me. You can do enterprise search with an agent so they can actually do the search on your behalf. Can you imagine that? All the time you spend searching for things and someone else can do it for you and give you the right answer. So the deployments, the building is just point and click.
Yeah.
And then deploying is all about what can I take off your plate?
Yeah.
Because everyone's already in Slack. Right?
I love the concept of this, and I want to kind of deep dive a little bit more on the structured and unstructured data, especially with Slack, because so much of that information is unstructured. I would love you to walk us through a use case example for those who are not completely familiar with structured and unstructured and how beneficial that can truly be.
So we rolled out at Salesforce 4 different agents. We have Sales Agent, we have our Basecamp agent, and for those who aren't aware, Basecamp is our compendium of company knowledge, right? It's HR, it's
everything.
It's everything. It's like if you took all of the history of Salesforce and added a wiki to it and added Confluence to it and then other systems, so it's like IT and HR and all the things. So we've got the TechForce agent for IT help. We have the Basecamp agent. Apparently that's hard to say. We have the Sales Agent, and there's a 4th that I'm forgetting. We will figure that out later. But these agents are literally, so our IT team, for example, gets about 8,000 tickets a day.
Wow.
And a lot of them are, I lost my phone, my computer's not doing this. They're very straightforward things. So we are finding that we are deflecting 70% of tickets because the TechForce agent is handling that automatically. 70% of tickets are now deflected.
Yeah.
So IT gets to focus on much more strategic projects that way.
It's incredible impact and immediate and easy to deploy.
Yep.
Camila, Mike, thank you all so much for your insights. To learn how employees can unleash productivity with AI agents, scan the QR code on your screen. And now let's take a look at a demo of Agentforce in Slack.
Slack is where work gets done, so it should be where help happens too. With Agentforce in Slack, every team gets an always-on digital teammate. It answers questions, automates tasks, and shares knowledge, right in the flow of work. Let's check out an IT help agent, built using the Slack Employee Help Agent template. Instead of digging through docs or waiting on a ticket, a teammate just mentions the agent in the IT channel and asks for VPN access, like they would any coworker. The agent replies instantly in thread, pulling the latest info from systems like Confluence or Salesforce knowledge. This agent learns from repeat questions, turns conversations into living Slack canvases, which in turn keeps internal knowledge fresh and shareable. That means IT can deflect routine asks and stay focused on higher impact work. And sales? They can ask about deal desk processes or product details, get what they need, and keep deals moving without breaking stride. And how about HR teams? These agents instantly answer benefits, policy, or onboarding questions with consistency and zero back and forth. And we all could use support. They can fetch troubleshooting steps, summarize cases, and even draft follow-ups without ever leaving Slack. But here's the best part. All of this runs on Slack agent templates. Templates come preloaded with helpful topics and actions, like answering FAQs, creating Slack canvases, and guiding employees through internal tools. Just plug in your data, tweak for your team, and you're ready to launch. Subject matter experts stay focused while employees stay unblocked. Every team gets just a little more brilliant thanks to Agentforce and Slack.